this teaching, what I am going to share with our friends over here is from the Kathokpa tradition, and I will be blending a little bit from Karma Lingpa's tradition of the Bardo Thödel teachings. Suppose if I want to visit some place, if some guide says that, okay, when you go from here 1 kilometer, you will reach 2 ways. So there you go to the right. Then when you go to the right, you will reach, like almost like 10 kilometers, there is a bridge. From the bridge, go left side and not the right side. So you will reach to the destination. So like that, while practicing the Bardo of death, so there also we have different directions and different experiences occurring when we are dying. So sometimes we think that death means just simply like breath ceasing out, not able to breathe in. So we consider this as a death. Of course, when we are not able to breathe in, so this is a death. But it is not as simple as just breathing out and not able to breathe in and just dying. There are so many different external, internal and secret levels of experiences happens within our being while we are dying. So now, so if we hear this teaching and if we contemplate before we, before we have to go through this kind of the truth of death. So if we have some kind of information, or if we have some kind of experience, or if we have some kind of direction, so definitely we can remember that instruction and we can then recognize, oh, now the death is coming to me. Okay, these experiences are revealing within my mind and the body. So when this kind of experiences happen, then we know what to do. Like the person already mentioned that, okay, when you reach 1 kilometer, you have to go to right. When you reach to the 1 kilometer driving, then we see 2 ways. Because of our guidance, because of our experience, then we know that, okay, now we have to move right. So we have a clear direction. Okay, now not only theoretically, but also we should, practically, we have to imagine that now, like suppose we are on the deathbed, we are dying now. And this practice actually is practiced by the many great Mahasiddhas or the masters. They practice daily. But like we have a habit of, getting little bit of uneasiness with this kind of practices, thinking that this may not be good because still I have a time to live little bit more. So I don't want to think about that. But when death comes, when the death struck, suddenly or gradually, then that time we do not have, if we do not have practice, if we do not have some kind of experience of a clear direction, then there may be possible that we may, like example before, we may just drive away and we'll never reach to the destination. We may get lost. So therefore, not to get lost, to get into the proper position or proper direction. So this the Bardo is taught. Now to begin, how to recognize the nature of mind within our being. Now death processes happen in the 3 ways. The complete death will happen in 3 different levels, different desolations, different experiences. Outer experiences or outer desolation, inner experiences or inner desolation, and the secret experiences or secret desolation. Then in Tibetan, we say that chi wangpogi timrim, nang jungwagi timrim, sangwa nang che topsemgi timrim. Now what is the outer desolation? What is the outer death processes? Now this is based on our sense-based object. There are total 5 sense-based objects. We have eyes, so because of our eyes, we see the form outside. Now what are the form, the eye consciousness, what are the form? The form could be divided into 4, like earth, which is like hard, strong, which we can catch. Earth, water, fire, and wind. These 4 can be considered as a form outside. And because of our ear, we hear the sound outside. And this is practical. So now we can imagine our life, our being, our sense consciousness, 5 consciousness or 6 consciousness. So suppose eye consciousness can see outside, ear can hear, and nose can smell, and our tongue can taste, and our body can feel it. So now, when we die, then first experience, the desolation process happens is with these outer sense objects. It will not directly, attack or experience the inner one and the secret. While dying, first process that will go through is the desolation of those sense-based objects outside. Now, I am dying now. So we should think that now, this is the time when I am dying. So if we just now, not only just, listening or just theoretically, but if we just think just now and go practically and remember one by one, then definitely one day or other, when the time comes, we can remember this. So when it remembers, then there is so much of benefits to get liberation. Now, we should imagine that now I am dying. Everybody is going to die. Nobody is going to live forever. So therefore, we know that we are going to die. We know that there is a tomorrow. So therefore, we work for tomorrow. We have some object. So we work to fulfill that object. So we are going to die. So therefore, it is our responsibility to practice how to die peacefully, how to die in a satisfactory way. So this is very important. So now first desolation, the desolation of the sense-based object. Now I am on the bed. So now death is occurring to me. That death is happening to me. Now how I know? How do I know that death is happening to me? First and foremost, like whatever we see the form outside, the power of the I consciousness diminishes. When the power of this I consciousness diminishes and become less, then the object that is seen outside will vanish gradually. The person who is dying will not see the form. Even if he see, the form will be seen very unclear, not clear. Even the solid things will be seen like that of like a mist, or sometimes like a cloud, essenceless. So that means when this occurs, we should know that, oh, my I consciousness, the sense-based object, the form is dissolving now. That means the form outside is dissolving. Then after some time, then we will, the sound. Even if somebody speaks, mom, father, son, like that, you have to be careful. Don't, panic, this and that. So they will not hear. Even if they hear, they will hear like that. So that means we should know that, oh, now the sound, the experience which I have been together for whole life is now going to vanish. It is dissolving. Then the smell. Whatever the smell, before, even if you smell little bit good or bad, we know it. But the person who is dying, the smell will dissolve. Now dissolve means like outer form is actually dissolving into the I consciousness. Smell and the taste. The latter, then even the person who is dying, the dying doesn't necessarily mean one has to be unconscious. Suppose that process of me already began, because if I just take out, I cannot see the form properly. That means death is already occurring. But death occurs sometimes in a very sudden way, sometimes in a very gradual way. Some people, they don't hear. When our age become higher and higher, when we grow old, we don't hear sound. That means the object based on this ear consciousness is actually gradually dissipating, or it is vanishing or dissolving. That means we should know that we are actually already started the process, dying process. Then the taste, even if we eat, we won't feel the taste. Then after some times, the feelings will dissolve. Then even if somebody touches your body, you will not feel. You will be like a paralyzed person. If the paralyzed person body, if he touch, or if he even put something, or even if he pinch, he or she will not feel the feeling, because the body is, the body is paralyzed. So like that, when our feelings dissolve, we will not feel. Even somebody touches, we will feel that they are touching on the empty space. We will not feel that. That means now outer desolation is happening to us. So we should know that, oh, now this is a time. Now this is a time that I am dying. Now death is occurring to me. So during this time, we have to remember instruction of a guru, or instruction whatever we practice whole life. like compassion, kindness, practices, whatever we did, whatever teachings that you have received, like to go to Amitabha land, to go to, the Avalokiteshwara's like heaven, this and that, whatever practice you had done, so you must remember. And during that time, you have to forget everything that you have some kind of residual kind of a attachment. Like I have this, I have that, I have sons, daughters, family, world behind. So if you think about that, it's going to disturb your process of death. You cannot concentrate. Now you are alone, and after ceasing of the breath, we are going to die. Once we die, then nobody is going to help. So this is time. Whatever we did, we should think that we have completed the work. Now it is my journey. Nobody can accompany us. So we should be, concentrating on our own practice. This is the time. Like whole life we have been with family, friends. So time has up now. Time is up, so we have to move. When we move, we have to move properly. So the first dissolution is the dissolution of sense-based object of sight. Now, after the sense-based object dissolved, are we still, are we dead yet? No. Still our breath. There are two types of breath. One gross level of breathing, and second is the subtle level of breathing. Okay, before we go to the second one, let's remember once again, when we die, okay, what are the experiences are we going to happen? First, the dissolution is sense-based. These are form, sound, smell, taste, and the feelings. So this one has to remember. This dissolution will happen first. Then after that, then inner dissolution will happen. Now what is inner dissolution?